now.
That or you're just getting better.
I fucking hope so.
I blimmin' hope so.
You really don't want to do the camera tonight? Because I'll turn it off. It's off. It's off automatically, by the way.
I just. Mm.
It's okay.
If I had like a stand like this, that would be fine. But I don't. I'm holding this up in my damn hand right now. There's Ratchet. Whatever. You could turn the camera on. Fuck it.
Oh, what the hell?
Oh, what the hell? Who cares? The only person that's gonna come in here is Geeko.
Our boy Geeko.
So, anyway, notifications on. What's up, Geeko? I know you're here. Um, what were we talking about? Lights, Camera, Jackson. What movie were we talking about?
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh yeah, Indian Miss Ratchet.
By the
Ship for
way,
the
I
win.
opened up the safe. Uh,
We're
and
still in the Vatican.
we're still in the Vatican. So I just did all the side content. We're still in the Vatican. I did all the side content. Remember, we saw that one puzzle that we had to look underneath these things.
Mm-hmm.
There is
Oh,
another.
St. Paul.
There is another key. Also, there's a book in here that I didn't get. Improved health bar regeneration. And in this safe, there was a fake book that they saw was an original edition, and he was like, "Original edition? Huh. Not unlikely."
I'll be taking that for my private collection at home. He is a collector. I got a clue on Jeopardy correct. They one of the categories was like some like artifacts or whatever, and one of them was like a really cool Sumerian um, game. It almost looked like a mahjong tiles. And I was like, ooh, that's actually really cool. Like the people of Sumer like came up with the freaking game and they made it. I would have liked to see that in person. Um, and then I didn't get that correct, but I got the clue of astrolabe. There was like a thing that looked like a clock, but like astronomical clock. And I guessed astrolabe, and I got it correct. I felt really smart on that one.
Nice, Terror Girl.
And
Hell.
um,
Go ahead, Indy. Allow when you climb. There you go.
oh yeah, I was gonna ask you. Have you seen Blue Eye Samurai on Netflix?
No, but that was actually one of the things that I put in our to watch list.
Okay, I pretty much watched it all. I have like one episode left. I binge watched that show.
I heard it was very good.
It was really good. I mean, it is really good. I'm not done with it yet, but I pretty much watched 5 episodes in a row yesterday.
This girl watches all the good stuff without me.
Well, I just hit play. I just hit play on it, and then I just couldn't stop watching. Because what I've been watching is Mystery of Erebos, which is that animated, another animated show, but it's like for kind of like for kids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the little
It's
girl?
no. Are you
What
thinking
was?
of Nimona?
Probably.
It's but yeah, it's like it looks like the same people that made Nimona made Mystery of Erebos, the Dragon Prince. I I'm on season 4 and I'm like struggling to get into it because like several years have passed and I don't know, the writing is just different and I don't know if I'm into it or not. So I'll come back to that later. Um, but Blue Eye Samurai, yeah, it's like I was not expecting it to be so sexual or gory, but it is very sexual and very gory. And I really like the main character as well.
What's the
She's
basic
like,
premise?
so it's like 1633 Japan, feudal Japan, and not feudal. It's more like royal Japan, actually, if you would even call it that. Dynastic Japan, whatever. I don't know the history, but there is a yeah, it follows a young girl with who's a half breed, I guess. And she's Japanese, but she's got blue eyes because her biological father was a white man. And back in the day, back in the 1600s, Japanese people considered half, half ethnically, half to be monstrous and not even human, even demonic, non-human, bad, just, you know. So this girl was, she basically had to go into hiding in the village that she was from because all the kids, like, basically were, like, throwing rocks at her and shit and calling her, like, telling her to, like, jump off a fucking cliff. Like, you don't even deserve to be alive. And so she seeks refuge in this swordmaker's hut. And Swordmaker just happens to be blind, so he doesn't see her for what she is. She. Oh yeah, and she's also disguised as like a man or like a boy, because her mother, I guess, like bunch of like soldiers were looking for her because of what she is, and her mom, to protect her, disguised her as a boy because they were looking for a girl with blue eyes. And anyway, it follows her name is Misu, and she essentially, like, so she believes that, like, her mom's dead, and I don't know what happens to her mom in the beginning, but basically she's like an orphan, and she seeks refuge in this blind smith's house in the forest. And he takes her in and he teaches her how to make swords like him. And she basically trains, like, from childhood up into adulthood, to be a samurai, really, a swords person, a warrior, samurai, really. And she gets really fucking good at it because she just devotes all of her time to it. And it's a vendetta story. It's a revenge story. She wants to kill the white man that all four white men. Legend goes that, like, at the time of her birth, or at the time of her conception, there were only 4 white men in all of Japan, and she goes on a journey to kill all of them. So yeah, it's a story of revenge. And craziness ensues on her journey. But that's the backstory anyway, that's the premise. And it's very, very good.
Interesting.
Yeah. Also, it's beautifully animated. Like, I'm like, as I'm watching episode by episode, it doesn't lose steam in the efficacy of, like, the cinematography. It's just like, it just slaps. I don't know. Like, you know how sometimes, like, in the beginning of something, it, like, has really good momentum, and then over time it can kind of lose it. Maybe the artists are getting tired. No, this is like solid throughout the entire thing. Like, it's actually, like, blew me away. Really beautiful art.
Wow.
And also, it also helps that, like, it's quite adult as well. Like, it's very pretty graphic.
You're saying full on. Oh Jesus.
Oh, full on.
Full
Yeah.
frontal nudity and fucking.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, it's like some kinky shit as well.
Wow.
Yeah. Bet you wouldn't watch it now, you pervert.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is octopus.
What?
Just kidding. But yeah, watch Blue Eye Samurai. You'll be hooked immediately. I really like Misu, but some of her decisions, I'm like, But it's like, it's the moral ambiguity of it that you kind of have to roll with it. It makes it more gripping, actually. Not so black and white, you know? Which is kind of cool.
I do have to watch that. I've been recommended it before. The clerical key.
I've been recommended it before. Yeah, you should watch it immediately. Yeah, I wonder, do you know if there's gonna be a second season? In fact, let me just Google it right now. Blue Eye
No. Gotcha.
Samurai season.
I found Crescenzo's diary.
Love that smell.
Wow.
Conspiring with the holy.
Okay, so there will be a season 2.
Giants
Fuck
must have
yes.
constructed a secret chamber.
Oh, that's cool.
Right, and he's talking about the giants.
And keep the
Sorry.
holy of objects from the eyes
The
of
giants? The
world.
giants of what?
The giants of the Vatican.
They are watching me in the dark of the night.
The Dark of Night, that one game we played.
Oh my god. That fucking game.
Sister Catherine ought to get a kick out of this.
Wah, 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 wah.
So this is where they've been storing all the contraband. Oh, what's this? Iron grip. Indy can clinch enemies for much longer. The hell?
Color me intrigued.
I could just Oh. I'll be taking that. We solved that other guy's case and we rescued his little partner. And Indy translated his stone for him. And it's talking about the Great Circle.
Mm.
I hear a cat.
Andrew, I've been craving sugar all day.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I just I'm fiending for freaking sugar, man.
Why? You're like a little fruit fly.
I'm on my period. I started it today.
That and you're a little fruit fly.
Do I look like a fruit fly to you?
Sometimes you buzz like a little fruit fly.
I'm annoying like a little fruit fly that you want to squish.
So what, you wanna squish me then?
What, you want to take a paddle and slap me and watch me goosh?
Yes.
You're sick.
That's fucking precisely what I want to do.
You want to watch me goosh?
Yes.
That's fucked up.
Sorry.
You are fucked up.
You're fucked up. You're fucked up. You want to watch me goosh?
I just made that up.
I like
I
that.
made that word up and you said yes. You said yes and you didn't even know what it meant. Because I made it up.
Oh, I think I know what it meant.
Um,
We gotta get into the building below. Whoa. What kind of sugars are you looking for, Terra Girl?
Sugar.
You want like aromatic bitters?
No. I want. I really want like carbs and sugar, man. I want some cake. I want fucking cookies. I want pastries. And it's all
Oh,
bad for me. I've been eating sugar all day too, it's the thing. Um,
Tara, I
so
gotta
I'm like,
bless
when will it
this.
go away? What?
I gotta pour it. The blood of Christ. Look how dirty Indy's thumb is.
Yeah, he doesn't scrub. Father.
That's some.
Father.
Excuse me, sir, you have to move.
Dio sia con voi, padre.
Yep.
Bless you, Father.
Yep.
Demonio. Demonio rojo. He looking like a demon.
What the hell am I doing?
Damn, like, it's saying that Blue Eyes Samurai will release in 2026. That is so far away. All my favorite shows are like way, like Heartstopper. We don't even know when. Yeah, we don't know fucking when that'll come out.
Well, we do know that Severance is next year.
Yeah, and still feels like it's taking forever.
I found a secret, a lost artifact.
What's this?
Whoa, what's that? Is that like a hat for a midget?
Tara!
What?
A gold leaf parade helmet made in the 4th century by La Cortiere de la Gar region.
This does not belong in the Vatican.
That doesn't belong in the Vatican.
No, sorry. Nope, nope, nope.
No, no, no. Oh.
Oh my god. Jesus. One misstep and he's fucking dead.
Yep,
And he's just skipping along these stairs.
that's what Indy does. Yeah.
Apparently. I want cookies. This is bad. This is very, very bad.
This is very, very bad.
You know what? Let me just have some water. I mean, I don't want to go to Peacock. I accidentally hit the Peacock button.
Tara, I
Oh,
can't
God.
believe you hit the fucking peacock button.
God.
Is there a torch down here I could take?
Hmm.
Can I light this on fire somehow?
I'm sure you can. It definitely looks flammable. Like that thing's asking to be.
This
be
thing's
freaking
just
burned.
asking to be lit. Oh,
There we go.
my autism says I have to go back and light these other things.
Your autism.
Yeah. And light, light, light. Oh, yes.
Light, light, light. That's much better. Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Light, light, light.
Don't forget the little candle. Don't forget the brazier.
The bra, for short.
He calls it bra.
Yeah.
Only he calls it bra.
It is only he who calls it bra.
Speaking of bras, my bras come tomorrow. Yay!
Yay!
The right sizes. Yes.
Guys, Tara shrunk.
Chat, don't ask for my sizes. You perverts.
You fucking pervs. What's this?
Jesus.
This is it. Jesus on the cross. 5 sacred wounds.
Oh god. I wonder what Taylor's doing. I'll message him, invite him if he wants to watch us run around the Vatican.
They saw Jesus approach in the boat walking on the sea, and they were terrified.
Oh, wait.
Some kind of
The
chemical
downfall of
reaction.
Diddy. TMZ presents. God.
They took a cup,
It's hot out here for
gave to them,
him.
saying, "Drink ye all of it."
Wait, Indy's reciting Bible verses now. I gotta pour wine into all these. And it's revealing a number, I think, for each one.
2.
Really?
Yeah, this one says 2.
2? Let me see.
Why, that's the number 2.
That's the number 2 in Roman numerals.
Walked right into that one.
Look at that mural. Jesus' face? Oh.
And he gave to the disciples and said, "Take, eat, this is my body."
What did you think about that one new Apple show that we watched the other day?
I was enjoying it.
What was it called?
Silo.
Silo.
The mystery had
Yeah.
me intrigued. What's all this? Why would it...
So this then.
What did you not... Were you not enjoying it? You
It
fell
felt
asleep.
kind of basic. It felt a little basic to me. It felt kind of familiar.
Longinus.
But, you know, it probably gets convoluted like later on, but I'm not like gripped from the first episode.
Huh. I'm sure someone will fix that.
But if you wanted to watch the second one, I'll watch it with you. What do they say? Like, give the show like 3 episodes until you decide not to continue.
Right.
That's kind of my rule of thumb. But I've heard very good things about that show. Okay. Bottle of red, a bottle of white.
For this is my blood of the covenant, for many unto remission of sins.
Solve the Sacred Wounds puzzle.
Oh my god. I've been trying to like reach my Goodreads reading goal.
Did you see that the CEO killer had a Goodreads?
Yes, yeah. I
She leaned at the feet of Jesus.
yeah, and I
and
think
wiped
there's
his feet
still
with her
yeah, like it's still on there and everything. They never removed his account or anything. I
What-
want to read a chapter of The Wager if I can.
Well, yes, but we have to pause if there's a cutscene.
Okay.
Because we're doing all story stuff now. Alright, so that's 4. And this is about Jesus washing feet. I'm kind of confused as to what's going on here.
Was that a thing like Jesus used to wash people's feet?
Yes,
That is a thing.
yes. And there's a word for it, and I can't remember what it's called. Almsgiving, I think. But the Pope will do that. It's like basically a way to show that like you're not above anybody.
Yeah, we are all equal.
Terra Girl, that's so beautiful.
We all have feet, thank you. We all. No one is better or worse than others. Worship no idols. That's what I've been telling people. Worship no idols. Idols aren't real.
Okay, I see. So it's circling. So his left hand is 2. So 2. Right hand is 2. Left foot is 3. Right foot is 4.
Let's see what this does.
Here we go, The Wager. Okay. This is chapter 19, The Haunting. Cheap. There you go. So, Captain Cheap. Cheap had not given up on his plan to rejoin Commodore Anson and the squadron. He had formed an alliance with the last of the Seceders. Desperation can also breed unity. And the combined group, after suffering one death, numbered 19, including Byron, Campbell, the Marine Lieutenant, Hamilton, and the Surgeon Elliot. It had been 2 months since the others had left the island, and Cheap and the remaining men were living in the shelters at the outpost and foraging for seaweed and the occasional seafowl. Cheap, spared what Byron described as the riotous applications, menaces, and disturbances of an unruly crew, seemed renewed, engaged, alive. He now became very brisk,
show us
Campbell
the
observed,
way.
went about everything to get wood and water, made fires, and proved an excellent cook. You know, it probably is better that, if you think about it, because they had like 80 men, right? 80 men left out of a squadron of like 500 men?
Yeah.
And a shit ton of them died, right? And then they still had like, I say still, but 80 people desert, like stranded by the end of it. You know, those were the survivors. Those really were the survivors where we're at right now. And 19 of them are together now on this island with the captain, with the original captain, because, you know, Bulkalay, the gunner that, like, pretty much, like, formed his own fucking thing, overthrew, I guess, would be, like, the right word. I don't know. Anyway, so he's got like his 60 people, and then the boat wasn't big enough, and so like a bunch of people ended up coming back to the island anyway. And those are the people that like didn't necessarily feel right about even going with the other guy. Like, you know, technically, if we get back to England, like, we're dead men anyway, because the court's gonna think we fucking deserted everybody.
Right.
Or like, it's considered
They should
treason.
burn
I don't know
everything.
what the word is, but yeah. Anyway, so it kind of works out for, like, if I were in this situation, I would rather be part of the 19 men on that island with Cheap right now. I just think they're in a better position,
here?
like,
Ooh.
just for the courts and everything like that.
I found some paranoid writing. Hearken! I have become quarry, for it is not footsteps in pursuit that I hear in abyssal dark. Heavy footfalls with heavy cadence, more terrible than mortal men. Quietly they speak in gloom. What blasphemous words slip between their lips I cannot say, for it is not in the tongue of man. Yet they refrain from drawing too close, seemingly content with observing the giant fiends of the infernal dark.
What
Page from a
demons?
journal. Medieval.
I don't know what that guy was talking about.
What was he talking about? I think he was crazy. He was seeing some shit.
That guy had some paranoid writing.
He sure did. Okay, so Cheap and the rest of the men, using the skills that they'd acquired while refurbishing the longboat, were able to repair the splintered yawl and reinforce the battered barge. Meanwhile, 3 casks of beef had been fished out of the sunken wager, and Cheap had managed to conserve some of it for the upcoming journey. I then began to conceive great hopes, Cheap wrote in his account. Now all he and the other men needed was for the storms to let up so they could set off. On December 15th, Cheap awoke to a glimmer of light, the sun shining through the clouds. With Byron and a few others, he hiked up Mount Misery to get a clearer view of the sea. When they reached the top, he took out his telescope and scanned the horizon. Rough waves could be seen in the distance. But the men were impatient to flee the island. Many of them, spooked by their endless bad luck, were convinced that because nobody had buried the seaman whom James Mitchell murdered on Mount Misery, his spirit was hounding them. Oh my god. They're getting so fucking delusional. They think they're being haunted. One night we were alarmed with a strange cry, which resembled that of a man drowning, Byron wrote.
This place must be
Interesting.
thousands of years old.
Many of us ran out of our huts toward the place from whence the noise proceeded, which was not far offshore, where we could perceive, but not distinctly, for it was then moonlight, an appearance like that of a man swimming half out of water. The noise that this creature uttered was so unlike that of any animal they had heard before that it made a great impression upon the men, and they frequently recall the apparition at the time of their distresses. The castaways began to pack their few supplies into the 24-foot barge and the 18-foot yawl. Even smaller than the cutter, these vessels were open boats with only cross planks for seats. Each had a short single mast, enabling it to be sailed, but oars had to provide much of the power. Cheap wedged himself into the barge along with Byron and 8 others. Amid the tangle of bodies and ropes and sails and casks of food and water, they each had barely a foot of room. Campbell, Hamilton, and 6 others were similarly crammed into the yawl, their elbows and knees jostling those of the person beside them. Cheap glanced at the outpost, their home for the past 7 months. All that remained were some scattered, wind-beaten shelters, evidence of a life-and-death struggle that would soon be wiped away by the elements. Cheap was eager to depart. As he put it, the longing filled all my heart. At his signal, Byron and the rest of the men shoved off from Wager Island, beginning their long, daunting journey north. They'd have to navigate nearly 100 miles through the Gulf of Paine, then proceed another 250 miles along the Pacific coastline to the island of Chiloé. After only an hour, the rains began to beat down, and the winds came out of the west, cold and hard. Avalanches of waves buried the boats, and Cheap instructed Byron and the others to impede the deluge by forming a human wall. Oh my god. With their backs to the sea. The waters kept coming, swamping the hulls. It was impossible for the men to bail fast enough with their hats in hands, and Cheap knew that if they didn't lighten the already overloaded boats, they would sink for a second time off Wager Island. And so the men were forced to do the unthinkable. throw overboard virtually all their supplies, including the precious casks of food. The famished men looked on as their last rations were swallowed by the voracious sea. By nightfall, Cheap and the party had found their way into a cove along the coast. They went ashore and climbed the mountainous terrain, hoping to discover a covering to sleep under, but eventually they collapsed on an open bed of rocks, staring into the rain. They dreamed of their shelters on Wager Island. Here we have no other house than the wide world, Campbell wrote. It froze so hard that by morning several of us were almost dead. Cheap knew that they had to keep moving, and he sent everyone back into the boats. They rowed hour after hour, day after day, occasionally stopping to peel seaweed off sunken rocks and make a meal of what they called sea tangle. When the wind shifted to the south, they sailed downwind, with the stitched-together canvases extended and the hulls riding the waves. 9 days after leaving Wager Island, they had traveled north nearly 100 miles. To the northwest, they could see the tip of a cape with 3 enormous cliffs jutting into the sea. They were almost at the end of the gulf. Surely they had weathered the worst of the journey. They paused on shore to sleep, and when they awoke the next morning, they realized that the date was December 25th. They celebrated Christmas with a feast of sea tangle and cups of fresh stream water. Adam's wine, as they called it, because that was all God had given Adam to drink. Cheap toasted to the health of King George II before they packed up and sailed on. A few days later, they descended on the Cape, the most critical point in the route. The seas converging here, seethed with overpowering currents and colossal waves with frothing peaks, which Campbell referred to as the White of Whites. Cheap ordered the men to lower the sails before they capsized, and they began to pull the oars with all their might. Cheap urged them on. After hours, they came abreast of the first of the 3 cliffs, but they were soon driven backward by the waves and the currents. Although they tried to retreat to a nearby bay, they were so tired that they couldn't make it there before dark. And so everyone fell asleep on the boats lying on their oars. After the sun rose, they recuperated in the bay until Cheap ordered them to try again for the Cape. They must pull for their king and country. They must pull for their wives and sons and daughters and mothers and fathers and sweethearts and one another. This time, the castaways reached the second cliff, only to be hurled back and forth to retreat into the bay again. The next morning, the conditions were so severe that Cheap knew none of the men would dare to navigate around the Cape, and so they went ashore to hunt for food. They would need their strength. One of the castaways came upon a seal, raised the musket, and shot it. The men cooked it over a wood fire, tearing off chunks of fat and chewing them. Nothing was left to waste. Byron even made shoes of the skins, wrapping them around his nearly frostbitten feet. The men's boats were anchored just offshore, and Cheap designated 2 men to each vessel to keep watch at night. It was Byron's lot to be on the barge, but he and the other men had been revived by the nourishment, and they fell asleep in anticipation. Perhaps the next day they would finally round the Cape. Something was thudding into the barge. Quote, I was awakened by the uncommon motion of the boat and the roaring of the breakers everywhere about us, Byron wrote. At the same time, I heard a shrieking.
Scratch doodles into
It was as if the ghost from Wager Island had reappeared. Cries were coming from the yawl, anchored a few yards away, and Byron turned just in time to see this boat with 2 men on board being capsized by a wave. Then it sank. One man was cast by the surf onto the beach, but the other drowned. Byron expected his own boat to flip at any moment. With his companion, he heaved the anchor and rowed with the barge's bow pointed into the waves, trying to avoid being hit broadside and wait for the storm to blow itself out. Here we lay all the next day in a great sea, not knowing what would be our fate, he wrote. After they made it ashore, they gathered with Cheap and the other survivors. The party now numbered 18, and without the yawl, there was no longer room to transport them all. 3 more men could fit with difficulty in the barge, but 4 members of the party would have to remain behind or they would all perish. 4 Marines were selected. Being soldiers, they lacked sailing skills. The Marines were fixed on as not being of any service on board, Campbell confessed, noting, this was a melancholy thing, but necessity compelled us. He recorded each of the Marines' last names, Smith, Hobbs, Hertford, and Crosslett. Cheap distributed Cheap distributed to them some armaments and a frying pan. Our hearts melted with compassion for them, Campbell wrote. As the barge sailed away, the 4 Marines stood on the beach, gave them 3 cheers, and cried, God bless the king! Damn, well, they're kind of working together. I have to take a drink.
Good girl. Good. Take your drink. I'm gonna take one too. We're in some sort of room under the Vatican. Very deep.
Incredible. Yeah, they look like catacombs. Okay.
What's this? Oh,
Whose grave is that?
Tomb of the Warrior Giant.
Who died in the service of God at Escalon.
Interesting.
Warrior giant. I found it.
Alright, may I continue?
Just a moment. I think this might be a cutscene.
Okay. Damn, this shit's so heavy.
Too heavy.
Yeah, I don't know if you could do it
Maybe there's
himself.
another way to open it.
Alright, you can continue.
Okay. 6 weeks after Cheap and his party fled Wager Island, they reached the Cape for the third time. The seas were more frenzied than ever, but he beckoned the men on, and they powered past one cliff and then another. There was just the last cliff. They were almost past it, but the crew collapsed, exhausted and defeated. Quote, perceiving now that it was impossible for any boat to get round, the men lay upon their oars till the boat was very near the breakers, Byron wrote. I thought it was their intention to put an end to their lives in misery at once. For a time, not a soul moved or spoke. They were almost upon the breakers, the roar of the surf deafening. At last, Captain Cheap told them they must either perish immediately or pull stoutly. The men picked up the oars, exerting themselves just enough to avoid the rocks and turn the boat around. We were now resigned to our fate, Byron wrote, having given up all thoughts of making any further attempt to double the Cape. Many of the men attributed their failures to not having buried the seamen on Wager Island. The castaways went back to the bay in the hope of at least finding the Marines. Somehow they resolved they would squeeze them on board. As Campbell wrote, we considered that if the boat sunk, we then should be free from the miserable life we led and die altogether. Yet except for a musket lying on the beach, there was no trace of them. They had undoubtedly perished. But where were the bodies? The castaways sought some way to commemorate the 4 men. This bay we named Marine Bay, Byron wrote. He wanted to make one final attempt to round the Cape. They were so close, and if they made it, he was sure that his plan would succeed. But the men would no longer abide his devouring obsessions, and they decided to return to the place they had long been trying to escape. Wager Island. We had now lost all hopes of ever revisiting our native country, Campbell wrote. And they preferred to spend their last days on the island, which had become a kind of home. Cheap reluctantly assented. It took them nearly 2 weeks to circle back to the island, and by then the entire disastrous foray had lasted 2 months. They'd exhausted all of their food from their journey. Byron had even eaten the rancid, foul-smelling sealskins covering his feet. He heard a few of the castaways whispering about drawing lots and consigning one man to death for the support of the rest. This was different than when some of the men had earlier cannibalized dead bodies. This was killing a companion for food, a grisly ritual later imagined by the poet Lord Byron. This is a poem. The lots were made and marked and mixed and handed, in silent horror, and their distribution lulled even the savage hunger which demanded, like the Promethean vulture, this pollution. In the end, the castaways could not go this far. Instead, they staggered up Mount Misery and found the decayed body of their companion, the man whose spirit, they believed, had been haunting them. They dug a hole and buried him. Then they went back to the outpost and huddled together,
Check the other
listening
side.
to the hush of the sea. Chapter 20. The Day of Our Deliverance. Bulkeley and the 58 other castaways on the Speedwell were back on course, drifting slowly through the Strait of Magellan toward the Atlantic. The Speedwell, in its battered, leaking condition, was unable to sail close to the wind, and Bulkeley struggled to maintain his course. Quote, "It is enough to deject any thinking man to see that the boat will not turn to windward," he wrote, adding that the vessel kept swimming so poignant upon the sea. Bulkeley also served as the chief navigator, and without a detailed chart of the region, he had to piece together clues about the landscape from Narborough's account and match them with his own observations. At night, dizzy and haggard, he read the stars to fix the ship's latitude. Oh. Damn.
Oh, I broke the handle.
I feel like this is like National Treasure. I'm getting National Treasure vibes from this area.
National Treasure got its inspiration from Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh!
Well, that wasn't a clean opening, but it did the job.
Just desecrated this damn grave into a billion pieces.
You are a big fella, aren't you?
It's a real life giant.
You won't mind. Fountain of Confession. Entrance to the sacred monastery of the Nephilim Order. There it is.
What the heck is happening?
Whole place is damn crumbling.
How is this happening? Oh. What the hell are you doing with that?
Into your hat! Oh, thank goodness. Woo!
Great. I'll just have to find another way out.
You can continue tearing
Dang,
her.
he's like blocked in. I can keep going.
Yep.
Alright, so where was I? During the day, he estimated its longitude through dead reckoning. He'd then compare these coordinates with those cited by Narborough, another piece of the puzzle. A typical entry in his journal read, quote, "At 8 saw 2 ledges of rocks, running 2 leagues out from a point of land, which makes like an old castle." As he and his men progressed through the strait, sometimes sailing, sometimes rowing, they floated past dusty wooded hills and blue glaciers, the Andes looming in the distance with their immortal caps of snow. As Charles Darwin later wrote, it was a coastline that made a landsman dream for a week about shipwrecks, peril, and death. The castaways rode past a cliff where they spotted 2 indigenous men with white feathered caps lying on their bellies and peering down at them before disappearing. Can you imagine?
No.
They went past Cape Froward, the southernmost point of the continental mainland, where the 2 arms of the strait, one extending inward from the Pacific, the other reaching back from the Atlantic, conjoined. At this junction, the passageway twisted sharply to the northeast. After following this trajectory for more than 20 miles, Bulkley and his men came upon Port Famine, the site of another exercise in imperial hubris. In 1584, the Spanish, determined to control access to the strait, had attempted to set up a colony here with some 300 settlers, including soldiers, Franciscan priests, women, and children. But during the freezing winter, they began to run out of food. By the time another expedition visited, nearly 3 years later, most of the colonists had, as one witness wrote, died like dogs in their houses, and the whole village was tainted with the smell and the savor of the dead. When Bulkeley and his party passed the ruins of Port Famine on December 7th, 1741, they had gone from Wager Island for nearly 2 months.
Maybe through here.
Sorry.
Without more food and fresh water, they too would soon perish. 2 days later, they spied a herd of guanacos along the wooded bank. Bulkeley, with the eye of a predator, described the animal, a wild cousin of the llama, as being as large as any English deer, with a long neck, his head, mouth, and ears resembling a sheep. The creature, he added, has very long, slender legs, and is cloven-footed like a deer, with a short, bushy tail of reddish color. Though he noted that these animals were exceedingly nimble, of an exquisite quick sight, very shy and difficult to be shot, he tried to bring the Speedwell close enough to the coast for some of the men to wade ashore with guns, but the willowaws blowing down from the mountains forced him to bear away. The herd flitted off, the men drifted on. As Narborough had described, the channel began to constrict. Bulkeley realized that they had entered what was known as the First Narrow. At its widest, the strait extended 20 miles, but here it tapered to just 2. Navigating the narrowest point in the passageway was treacherous. The tide rose and fell some 40 feet, and there were often countervailing winds and 8-knot currents. It was nighttime when the castaways began sailing through the 9-mile-long chute, and they strained to see in the dark. For hours they maneuvered between the shrouded banks, trying to avoid the shoals and curtail the boat's constant leeward drift until at dawn they emerged from the chute. On December 11th, as they rode on, Bulkeley noticed a bluff in the distance with several majestic white cliffs. He felt a shiver of recognition. It was the Cape of 11,000 Virgins, which he had passed with Anson's squadron nearly
Why
a year
11,000?
earlier. Huh?
Why was it 11,000 virgins?
I don't know. Nearly a year earlier on the way to Cape Horn. Bulkeley and his party had reached the strait's eastern mouth and were being swept into the Atlantic. They had not only made it through the 350-mile passageway in their jury-rigged boat, they had also, thanks to a remarkable feat of navigation by Bulkeley, taken even with their initial false start, only 31 days, a week faster than Ferdinand Magellan and his armada. Still, the port of Rio Grande, which was the closest settlement in Brazil, was more than 1,600 miles north, and together they would have to traverse a coastline, now part of Argentina, under Spanish control, which meant that they would face the added danger of being captured. And except for a bit of raw flour, they were out of food. The men decided that they had no choice but to risk landing a hunting party, and they set their course for a bay where Narborough had reported seeing a small island with seals. On December 16th, they sailed into the bay known as Port Desire. Bulkeley observed on the shore an peaked-up rock, much like a tower, looking as though it was a work of art set up for a landmark. Seeing no sign of Spanish inhabitants, he guided his party deeper into the harbor. Soon they found the small island. Lounging upon it as if unmoved from Narborough's day were numerous seals. Bulkeley was able to anchor close enough to the shore that he and the rest of the men, including the non-swimmers, could climb overboard with their guns, wading up to their necks in the water. As soon as they stepped onto the island, they began deliriously picking off the seals. They smoked the meat over a fire and ravaged their rations, the people eating greedily, as Bulkeley put it. Before long, many of the men had collapsed in sickness. Most likely they were suffering from what is now known as refeeding syndrome, in which a starved person, after suddenly ingesting large quantities of food, can go into shock and even die. Scientists later noticed this syndrome when it befell prisoners released from concentration camps after World War II. Damn. The purser, Thomas Harvey, perished after consuming several rations of seal, and at least one other castaway died shortly after tasting what he thought was his salvation. The surviving men resumed, following the coastline northward. Not long afterward, their stores of seal began to run out. Bulkeley could not stop many of them from fighting over the last rations. Soon all the food was gone anyway. To go from hence without meat or drink is certain death, Bulkeley wrote. Once again they attempted to land a hunting party, but now the seas were so rough that they had to anchor at a distance from the shore. A man would have to swim through the breakers to reach the land. Most of the castaways, unable to swim and paralyzed with exhaustion, did not budge. Locally, a non-swimmer as well was required to helm the ship, but the boatswain King, the carpenter Cummins, and another man, propelled by courage or desperation, or perhaps both, leapt into the water. Galvanized by the sight, 11 others, including John Duck, the free black seaman, and the midshipman Isaac Morris, followed. One Marine grew tired and began to flail. Morris tried to reach him, but the Marine drowned within 20 feet of the beach. The other swimmers tumbled onto the sand and bulkily tossed overboard 4 empty casks, which the surf carried ashore. They were to be filled with fresh water. Bulkily had lashed to these casks several guns, and some of the men took them and began to hunt. They discovered a horse branded with the letters AR. The Spanish must be near. The castaways, who were increasingly anxious, shot the horse and a few seals, butchered them, then grilled the meat. Cummins, King, and 4 others swam back to the boat, bringing some food and fresh water. But a squall drove the Speedwell out to sea, and 8 men, including Duck and Morris, were left stranded on land. We still see the people ashore, but can't get them off, Bulkley wrote. That night, as the boat banged in the waves, part of the rudder broke off, making it even harder to maneuver. Bulkley discussed with Baines, Cummins, and the others what they should do. They summed up their decision in another signed document, dated from on board the Speedwell. Quote, on the coast of South America in the latitude of 3725 south longitude from the meridian of London, 65 W this 14th day of January. It stated that after the rudder broke, they expected every minute the vessel would founder, and it was every man's opinion that we must put to sea or perish. They placed some guns and ammunition, as well as a letter explaining their decision, in a barrel and then tossed it overboard, letting the waves wash it ashore. They waited until Duck, Morris, and the 6 others had received it. When the men read the letter, they fell to their knees and watched as the Speedwell sailed away. Was God seeing the things they did out here, Bulkley still sought solace from the Christian's pattern, but a passage in it warned, hadst thou a clear conscience, thou could not fear death. It were better to avoid sin than to flee death. Yet was it a sin to want to live? The broken rudder made the boat wander, as if it were following its own cryptic path. Within days, the men were out of food, and virtually all their water. Few stirred, Bulkley had noted. There are not above 15 of us healthy, if people may be called healthy, that are scarce able to crawl. I am reckoned, at present, one of the strongest men in the boat, yet can hardly stand on my legs 10 minutes together. We that are in the best state of health do all we can to encourage the rest. Lieutenant Baines, who was ill, wrote of our poor fellows dying daily, looking with their ghastly countenances at me to assist them, which was not in my power. On January 23rd, Master Thomas Clark, who had so devotedly protected his young son, died, and the following day his son died too. 2 days later, the cook Thomas McLean, the oldest man on the voyage, who had endured hurricanes and scurvy and shipwreck, took his last breath. He was 82. Bulkley still jotted scratchily in his journal. If he was writing with the future in mind, then he had to believe that somehow his journal would one day make it back to land. But his mind was fading. Once he thought he saw butterflies snowing from the sky. On January 28, 1742, the boat was blown toward the shore, and Bulkley perceived a tableau of strange shapes. Was it another mirage? He looked again. The shapes he was sure were wooden structures, houses, and they were situated on the edge of a major river. It had to be the port of Rio Grande on the southern border of Brazil. Bulkley called to the other crew members, and those who were still conscious grabbed the ropes and tried to work what remained of the sails. After the castaways had spent 3.5 months traversing nearly 3,000 miles, they had reached the safety of Brazil. As the Speedwell drifted into the port, a crowd of townspeople gathered. They gaped at the battered, waterlogged vessel with its sun-bleached, shredded sails. I hope this isn't a dream sequence. Then they saw the almost unrecognizable human forms strewn about the deck and piled on top of one another in the hold. Half-naked figures with protruding bones, their skins peeled off from the sun, as if they had emerged from a scalding fire. Manes of salted hair fell about their chins and down their backs. Bulkeley had written in his journal, "I believe no mortals have experienced more difficulties and miseries than we have." Oh my god, they made it. Oh my god. They're in Brazil. Oh my god. Civilization. Many of the men could not move, but Bulkeley staggered to his feet. When he explained that they were remnants of the crew of HMS Wager, which had sunk 8 months earlier off the coast of Chile, the onlookers were even more astounded. They were surprised that 30 souls, the number of people now living, could be stowed in so small a vessel, Bulkeley wrote. But that she could contain the number which first embarked with us was to them amazing and beyond all belief. The governor of the town came to meet them, and after learning of their harrowing experiences, he crossed himself and called their arrival a miracle. He promised them everything his country had to offer. The sick were carted to a hospital where the carpenter's mate, William Oram, who had helped build the Speedwell and had completed the entire Odyssey, soon died. The party, which had set out from Wager Island with 81 men, had dwindled to 29. To Bulkeley, the fact that a single one of them had survived was proof of God, and he believed that any person who could still doubt this truth justly deserves the wrath of an incensed deity. In his journal, he noted that the occasion of their arrival in Brazil should be known as the day of our deliverance, and ought to be remembered accordingly. He and some of the men were provided a warm, comfortable house in which to recuperate, and brought plates with fresh bread and grilled slabs of beef. "We think ourselves very happily fixed," Bulkeley wrote. People from across Brazil began to travel to pay tribute to them. This band of seafarers, commanded by a gunner who had pulled off one of the longest castaway voyages. The Speedwell was hauled on land and became an object of pilgrimage. This wonder, as Bulkeley put it, that people are continually flocking to see. Bulkeley learned that the War of Jenkins' Ear had dragged on, and he sent off a letter to a British naval officer in Rio de Janeiro to inform him of the group's arrival. And he mentioned one other thing, that Captain Cheap had, at his own request, tarried behind. Ooh.
Tarried?
Yeah,
Is that the word was?
tarried. Tarried. Alright. Part 5 is called Judgment. I'll take a little break to food from
Keep your
that.
distance, pal.
And, wow.
No man.
They made it. They did it.
Wow.
Yeah. 29 people. Incredible.
Was that the end of the book?
No.
Oh.
No, we're like 34% in.
What? How's that possible? They finally made it to Brazil.
Nah, that ain't it. Cheap and the 19 other people are still on Wager Island right now. So they split up. So Bulkeley had his group of people. And they built that barge or whatever. It was pretty big, but it could only hold like, I don't know, 80 people.
Wanna go again, Shorty?
And even then it gave him trouble. And they had to like leave people behind and shit.
God damn.
Actually, no, that was Cheap's crew. And then Cheap tried to do it with his group of 19. They couldn't do it. Theirs was not. It's either too small, they had to like throw all their shit overboard. And still, it was going down. And after like 2 months of trying or some shit, they had to turn around and go back to Wager Island.
Definitely not wrong.
Because it just wasn't working. They couldn't get past that fucking point.
God damn.
And they realized that like they didn't have any fucking provisions anymore. They're like, we gotta go back to the island. At least we survive on the damn island.
Yeah, that's crazy that they were like so close to starving. I mean,
Well, a
multiple
lot of
times.
them did starve. A lot of them did.
Did any of them succumb to the refeeding syndrome? Did they say?
Two. Two
Wow.
of them did. Two of the I don't know. I feel like Bulkley's group of people, like, there must have been like 60 people, and like half of them didn't fucking make it. For one reason or another, like they just kept dropping like fucking flies.
That sucks.
Some of them drowned, like, it just every single time they tried to do something, it just seemed like someone died from, it's just crazy. They had to leave 4 Marines behind. That was Cheap's problem. Wait. Yeah. Yeah, they left 4 fucking Marines behind. And the Marines were like, doing this for all country. And then they went back to the island, and they were like, surely they'd have died by now. But when they went back to the island, they like couldn't find their bodies.
Damn.
And so we're like, who knows what happened to them? Like there's still 60% of the book left, so you never know. There's shipwreck, there's mutiny.
It's got
You could
everything.
you could call what Bulkley did a mutinous thing, but like, you think your captain's going crazy and you want to survive? Is it really irrational of them to want different leadership?
Even death can tear them apart. Love conquers all.
I don't know. And also, like, if you can't control your crew, that's fucking another thing. And everyone's under, like, the worst possible fucking thing. The most stressful thing, like, a human being can go through.
Yeah.
Being stranded on a deserted coastline / island. Tom Hanks. Except you're with an entire squadron of people and you're witnessing death every fucking day. Like the trauma. Can you imagine? Like you'd have to be questioning your faith, like 24/7.
Yeah.
You'd have to be like questioning, like, why is this happening?
Right. Why is this happening to me?
Yeah, why is this happening to all of us? How could this possibly happen as well?
But they were like, the fact that we're alive, proof of God.
Well, that's what Byron said when they got to Brazil. They're like, you know what? After everything we went through, 30 of us survived. That's fucking proof enough. It's all about perspective. Also, this was a long time ago, so their version of God is like,
Oh, let's see here.
I think he's like a dude. I don't fucking know.
I need a sledgehammer. And stat.
You need a sledgehammer?
Or something that could knock a wall down. And stat.
Oh.
Oh, I see. And stat.
This is looking like a dungeon in Skyrim.
It kinda is.
One word.
Another relic.
Beautiful.
What are these relics? Oh, I don't want to leave my torch behind. Light it up. Oh.
Oh, I'm soaked.
No, I'm soaked.
God.
Great.
God. Fucking damn it, I'm soaked.
Interesting commentary. This game chose to. That one was definitely fluff. I'm shocked.
You want me to read this?
È enorme. Chissà per chi è stato costruito. Doveva essere qualcuno di molto importante.
How do I get through here?
Woohoo!
Who's ready to get their skull cracked?
Great. Back where I started.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. Oh. I need to turn this meter off.
Che succede?
Excuse me.
Ehi, coniglio! Dacci ancora! Fatti sotto! Combatti come una mammoletta! Peccato! Forza! Matalo tu! Gatto! Cavolo!
Oh, oh! The fedora? Oh. Oh, shit. You thought I was done? Bitch. You thought I was done. And he's not done until he's done. The bad guys tried bulldozing through here. Now that is not historically preservative. Oh, yeah, this is where I came from. Nice, we're almost out of the freaking catacombs. How the hell did they get down here? Oh,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
okay. I'm alright. I'm okay. What the? Okay.
What's
What am I
happening
doing
there?
wrong? Why isn't Indy grabbing on?
Are you sure? Like, can you jump from one place to another? Or?
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright.
okay, weird angle, but.
Yeah. That's what Indy said. Work, arms, work. Ha. Who's this? Hello,
Hello,
sister. Jinx.
Ti tengo! Forza!
Thanks, pal.
Ma tu non sei!
Oh my god. Literally.
She's looking for the day. Wait. What did she just pull out of her? She's lockpicking. What are you up to?
What are you up to?
He's so predictable. So predictable. Indy. That Indy.
What are you up to?
Oh, what? I think I was predicting what he was saying last time.
Where'd you
Locked.
go?
This door was open. Ooh, a news article. Shanghai article. Japanese bombs kill hundreds in Shanghai. Nantou surprised by lack of warning. A Japanese air raid has shocked Nantou, a district in the city of Shanghai, killing hundreds of Chinese civilians and wounding many hundreds more. No warning had been issued by the Japanese army, which had previously promised to give time for the civilian population to leave the area. Around 3 million people live in Shanghai, making it one of the largest cities in the world.
We are living in troubled times.
And this is before the bombs dropped on Japan. I do find it funny how sometimes you hold the sprint with something in your hand, he just runs really fast.
I know, like Indy runs like a kid carrying their toy when his parents told him like, don't run like that, and he just never never fixed it.
Anyone see a nun?
Don't run with the scissors in your hand.
Sì, il nostro aiuto contro la cattiveria e le insidie del demonio. Preghiamo che Dio lo domini.
Hello, sisters. Oh, can't leave just yet.
Con il potere che ti viene da Dio.
The power of God cast nail Satan, all the evil spirits spread throughout the world.
O Maria, concepita senza peccato, prega per noi peccatori. Salve, caro padre.
God's grace to you, sister.
Eccomi, sono la serva del Signore.
Okay.
Why are you following me?
Who are you?
Enjoying the view?
Excuse me, Father.
Gallagher, is spying on people part of your daily nun routine, sister?
I was actually just bird watching.
Nazi blimp.
Hell of a bird. Give me that.
Hilarious that, like, during World War II times, they're like, yep, this is the best way to travel. No question about it. Blimps.
Duh, it's a giant balloon in the sky. It'll just carry you to where you want to go.
Those are my binoculars.
Oh, what's going on here?
Getting Final Fantasy vibes from the blimp.
Looks like the Nazis have arrived in Italy.
An old friend of yours?
Great.
That's Emmerich Voss,
Just
German
great.
archaeologist, leader of the Führer's occult research program.
And you know that how?
The Lord revealeth his secret unto his servants.
Is that so? Dr. Indiana Jones, Professor Archaeology Department,
Hey.
Marshall College, Bedford, Connecticut.
Yeah? You ain't no nun, sweetheart.
You know nothing about me.
Well, I might not be a priest, but I'm pretty certain stealing is a straight no-hitter with the Ten Commandments. Not entirely certain what the rules are for a reporter.
What do you...
You were taking notes in shorthand.
I'm an investigative journalist, and right now I'm looking into the disappearance of someone very dear to me. She was abducted more than 6 months ago. And I believe your friend Emmerich Voss is responsible.
It's Dr. Laura Lombardi.
Do you know her?
She's one of the world's leading experts in ancient languages.
Yes, and most importantly, she's my sister.
Wow.
My name is Ginetta Lombardi. What's your business here?
I'm looking for a cat.
A cat?
A mummy.
A mommy or a cat?
It's a cat mummy.
It's a
Why?
cat mummy.
Because a giant from the Vatican stole it from me, and I need to figure out why.
You're profoundly strange, Dr. Jones. The answer you give me stirs up more questions.
I wish I didn't want sugar
Don't
so
ask.
much. I really do.
What about this?
You'll
We
get
hear
through it,
anything
Tara,
that could be
girl.
interest to the other.
What
We
about
trade
ice cream?
information.
Do you like ice cream?
I already had
Yeah.
ice cream today.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
high in
all right.
sugar.
Lombardi's deal.
Good. You can call me Gina. See you around, Scramble.
Is yeah. Duh.
Gina Lombardi.
Definitely bring this back to the library. Not exactly inconspicuous.
That is a giant blimp.
Yeah, very big, very big. Were they that big? Are they that big in person? And isn't it filled with like very flammable gas?
Hydrogen gas, yeah.
The Lord be with you, sister.
Yeah, that is like the dumbest thing I've ever fucking heard, actually. Like any spark of a flame, like seriously?
They
And you'll put people in that?
they were
Like what the fuck?
the safety precautions were a lot less thought about. They were and they weren't. Like if in the past, it seems like they were more willing to take risk.
Like one little spark, and it's like it's game over. What the fuck?
There's supposed to be a disguise somewhere down here. I'm not saying even further down. Well, okay, what's it telling me here? It's telling me to go in here. Then what? Go upstairs.
Look at Indy. Like
Catena nell'inferno, Satana e gli spiriti.
And now it's saying
O Maria, concepita senza peccato, prega per noi che soffriamo.
Oh. Wait a sec. It's saying I can go down there. Maybe I use this.
Can you get on that blimp? Are we gonna go on the blimp?
I want to get on that blimp.
I do too. I want to see what it looks like in the booth.
Tara wants to go into the fudging blimp. What's this, a book? Carry twice the amount of fruit. Sotto il sole italiano, scambante e cosa portare. I kind of want that one.
Learn something from this one.
You actually sounded like really Italian there.
What was you said like you're about to say something else? So,
No, that's. I wasn't.
you're like it
That's
sounded like you
literally
were.
your interpretation. That came from your mind.
No, you were like you really sounded Italian there.
Hey, listen, it's getting late. I can't talk very well at the moment.
Ow!
And your leg, both of your legs are broken. But Indy's fine. He's like a superhuman or something. Italian street fight. Yeah.
Oh no, Indy, get up! No way! I finally got down there and I fucking died. Oh,
Game over. Oh, good. Okay.
okay.
Italian street fight. Yeah.
Dovresti ringraziarlo per questa opportunità. È da una settimana che non te
Oh my god, my cramps are bad. Wow.
Indy, back off. Oh my god, stop pulling yourself back up. Okay, now drop.
You might think the odds are in your favor.
Ma cosa? Là, non puoi stare!
Oh, he's got a bat. He's got a bat. Two against one, guys. Hey, fellas. This isn't very fair, is it? This isn't very fair, is it, fellas?
Well, you can see he's starting to get worried. That's why you should have wore shoes today.
I always wear shoes before a good fight.
I'm looking for a disguise. Oh. That's just money.
Always wear closed-toed shoes when you're raiding tombs.
Oh. An inscription. That's the 9th, so I probably have like, what, a couple more? Oh, I could have grabbed this and used the guitar that whole time. There's... What else does it want me to take a picture of? Oh. Nothing to say about that, Indy? Well, that's
I haven't turned down. I wasn't even... Okay. Alright.
It's just operatic music.
Mm.
I have 6 medicine bottles. So there should be a disguise in here somewhere. Oh, right here. Nice. Dang, that whole time I've been trying to get a disguise and it was down here. I think that just opened up though. I want to go into the fucking blimp.
I want to go in the blimp. If I can.
I would like to go.
I want to go into the World War II blimp.
I want to see what the fuss was all about.
I really do.
Why do you guys like blimps so much?
And why does Goodyear use it as its icon?
Good question.
Cause isn't like Goodyear like
Before I get my book.
Oh,
what
now we
is
can
Goodyear?
tire company. We can finally give this
Okay.
lady
I
her.
knew it had
thing.
something to do with cars.
Have you found it?
Here you are, sister.
Heavens! The diary crescendo of the mad priest. This, my dear, is a window straight into the insane mind. How fortunate am I to be reading the lost soul in its own words, expressing its grim unraveling. May God protect you, young man. I have a feeling you might need it.
Father Gallagher.
Oh,
That's right. From Boston.
My people tell me I've been snooping around the holy city.
Oh? I didn't know priests had people.
I'm no ordinary priest. Mr. Gallagher.
Father Gallagher.
Father, of course. This is not the time to let your prying eyes wander, Father. There are spies and traitors everywhere. Liars, subversives, communists.
this guy's in league with
Well, I'll
Mussolini.
be sure to be careful. Thanks for the warning.
You should be. My eyes see everything, Father. And I am not merciful. Dai nemici mi guardo io, dagli amici mi guardi Dio.
Amen.
Slimy, corrupt man of the cloth.
All right. Book delivered. Orders found.
Oh, hi, sister. Yes, hello. Nice. Padre mio. Don't mind me, just got my head in the books is all. Tara, we're gonna go to a fight club.
Okay.
This
I
guy-
want to go on the blimp.
this guy- Fight club. Alright, well,
I don't care
yeah,
about
let's go.
fighting.
Chissà che dolore ai piedi.
Un piccolo prezzo da pagare per servire
You
l'Italia.
look like a plumber.
Potrebbero avere
Oh, my I gotta get my black shirt costume.
Buona giornata.
Hold on, let me get somewhere hidden. By the way, you can't confirmed you cannot kill dogs in this game. You can only scare them off.
Oh, can you kill cats?
Unlikely.
Not confirmed, but unlikely. Okay. Bagel!
It was a donut.
Fucking. Oh, it was a donut. Okay.
Yeah, this will do nice.
Now I look like a black shirt.
I have a Carmen theme stuck in my head.
Perché ci ho messo tanto? Guarda questo! E spacco la faccia!
What the hell's going on?
Why? Why do we have to change to
Abbiamo un nuovo sfidante! Dai, forza!
Hi.
Holds up Spork. Hi.
It holds up sport. Why would he do that?
That's like the old, like, late epic random humor. Like the old, like, Tumblr
That's like
random.
fucking Gen Z humor.
It actually predates Gen Z. It's like epic old style, like, early internet where, like, LOL so random. Like, hello, I'm Ted Penguins of Doom.
To what?
To Penguins of Doom.
Penguins of Doom?
It's a. I'll read the entire copy. In fact, why don't I just read to the
Okay.
copy pasta? Because it's
Okay.
it's an old meme.
Yeah, I don't know memes. I don't know memes.
All right.
Really.
The earliest known instance of it appeared on October 12th, 2006. There you go. On 4chan. A lot of old memes actually originate from 4chan. In a thread discussing why the anime series Naruto sucks. In the thread, the poster identified herself as a random 13-year-old girl named Katie and demanded to be referred to as the Penguin of Doom.
That's so funny.
And so it reads, "Hi everyone. By the way, you have to read, like, you have to actually see how this is all spelled. Everyone spelled every and then the number one. I'm new! A billion exclamation points. Holds up, Spork. My name is Katie, but you can call me to Penguin of Doom. Lol. ... As you can see, I'm very random. Exclamation points. That's why I came here to meet random people like me. Little cute anime face. I'm 13 years old. In parentheses, I'm mature for my age, though. I like to watch Invader Zim with my girlfriend. In parentheses, I'm bi. If you don't like it, deal with it. It's our favorite TV show because it's so random. She's random too, of course, but I want to meet more random people. Smiley face. Like they say, to more to merrier. Lol. Anyways, I hope to make a lot of friends here, so give me lots of comments. Doom! That's just me being random again. Hee hee. Toodles. Love and waffles to Penguins of Doom.
Okay. It's like, what was it, 2006?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds about right. If it was 2006 and I was 11 years old, I would look at that and roll my eyes. I'd be like, she just wants attention.
Oh, he knocked me the fuck out. Fuck, I got knocked out of my first fight. God damn, I got fucked up. I got a parry. If I want to fight in this ring, I got a parry.
Better angle.
They're making fun of me, Tara.
Good thing you don't speak Italian. Otherwise, you'd be really upset right now.
You're right. I just ate 3 donuts.
Carbs. I want cookies!
I want cookies and yogurts. Alright.
Is that a meme too?
Knockout, bitch. I laid him out.
Look at the way he's like spread out. Get ready to get ass raped.
Thanks for the money.
Yummy.
You want another go? You're damn right I do.
Discombobulate.
You ever see the edit of that where it just like that is such a good video.
Ottimo lavoro. Ecco i tuoi soldi.
I feel like I'm in
Left jab,
the first
uppercut.
Spider-Man movie.
Pronto per la rivincita?
Well, now I gotta take some more bandages. Discombobulate. That video is so good.
This was like my source for every meme. So I feel like now that he's been gone, I'm like, I don't know what's going on in the world of pop culture. Or
Chris?
anything. Yeah,
Forza della natura.
just like
amico mio.
internet people. Like,
You can rely on
You
me,
know.
girly. I'm Mimi.
you are Mimi. Yeah,
I am a Mimi.
you are like my only source when it comes to that shit. That and Kaylee, 'cause she's on TikTok, so she kind of knows what's like trending.
Caro amico,
But
è
she's
finita.
also like,
Non c'è rimasto
kind of a
più
normie
nessuno
as
che abbia il
well.
coraggio di sfidarti.
so
Goditi la vincita.
Wow,
she's not a meme girl. She doesn't really send me like memes. She sends me like
Campione. I soldi di una vincita sono sempre ben accetti.
random TikTok videos, but I don't know.
Ah, sì. Interessante.
She actually stopped because she realized that it wasn't like what, you know, watching them.
Molto bene, amico mio. Quello lo
getting a
consiglio
lot of books here. Harden protection by merging 2 health bars into 1. Interesting. Tenaccio dietro te quinte. Storie indenti del teatro anni 20. Calcedonio prevagento. Ok, I'll buy it.
You did not read that correctly.
No, you have very right. No one wants to fight me anymore, Tara. I cleared the fight club. Out of my fucking way! I need to grab whatever these are. Figs? Oh,
Ooh,
hell
yes,
yes.
please. Dang it.
Wait, I thought I... Wait a second. I'm pretty sure I... Packing. Yes. Give me that fig. Yes. Oh, what's these? More donuts. Give me those donuts. I just come in here and steal all the food. What's these? Grisinis. Give me more of those. Oh.
Gimme, I want one.
Oh, what's these? A lemon. Yes, give me the lemon.
Tutti e tamen a mangiare.
Do you know anyone who speaks Italian?
Nope.
Well, damn.
Do you?
No.
No.
I probably do. I just literally just can't remember.
All the New York Italians are like no longer first, you know, like second generation. So none of them speak Italian.
You're right. We gotta give the giant parchment to Antonio.
Avete visto la macchina volante, padre?
Frying machine.
È un insulto a
Oh,
Dio.
what's this?
La torre di Babele non ci ha insegnato nulla.
Contraband list.
Io non ci vedo niente di male.
I'm sure it's just letting the black shirts do whatever they want.
Salve, soldato.
Requires the clerical suit? Oh, shit.
Mi arruolerei volentieri, ma ho i piedi piatti.
This'll do.
Indy, you're back. Did you find anything beneath the tower?
Damn right I did.
Let me see.
The leather parchment from the First Crusade.
Oh, wow.
Concerning a secret order right here in the Vatican.
This is astounding.
Keep your oily hands off of that.
It's in terrible shape.
Found the confession.
Need to like
Be careful, my friend. You might be
do
going down a
something.
rabbit hole. No telling where it might lead.
It honestly might be inscribed on like leather instead of like paper or parchment.
Well, yeah, because the paper would have disintegrated absolutely.
I'm amazed it's so well preserved.
If it was, especially if it was like submerged in water.
I wonder who this augur was.
So we have to go to the fountain and take pictures of it. These guys have been adjusting this picture since I've been here.
Should tie up any loose ends in the Vatican before I head to the fountain confession.
Tighten up loose ends. A nun in trouble. Talk to Gina. Before the encounter back, Gina's journal was posing as a nun. Oh, there's still one more Secret of the Giants. Is that behind me? Wait.
The Lord be with you, sister.
Where is it? It's saying it's in this building? Oh no, wait, hold on. It's telling me to go over that way. I think there's a way to sneak in. I forget how though. We need to figure out the secret of the giants, Tara.
Secret of the Giants, Secret of the Giants. I want to know the secret of the giant blimp up there.
This girl is just blimp interested, that's all. Hold on, let me change my... Let me just...
I'm blimp interested. I'm gonna put that in my bio. on all my on all the social media. Yeah, put it in my bio. Yeah. I struggle what to put in my bio sometimes. I don't know what to put now. Blimp interested.
I'm blimp interested.
I actually never know what to put in my bio. I'm like,
what bio are you talking about?
Bio on Instagram or,
Oh.
you know, any other social media that does that. Twitter, whatever.
I just put stupid shit.
I never know. Like, I really never know what to put in there. And then I just get, like, paralyzed because I'm like, everything I write sounds really stupid and boring. And then I just don't do anything at all. I'm like, why do I fucking try? Like, I just don't get it. I don't get the etiquette. And also...
The etiquette is there is no etiquette.
Yeah, but, like... I also don't want to be judged by other people for having a bad bio. Or a boring bio. Or an unfunny bio. Do you know what I mean? And everyone's trying to compete with how zany and unique they are. That's my problem with it.
This could be interesting.
I suppose.
Look how zany, unique, and cool I am. Look at my online presence. And then you meet them in real life and they're like, Joe Schmo.
Lock shipment when open. Contents are confidential. Urgent. Hector De Luca. Gio, most likely Centurion De Luca decoded the key for the wrong day. Easy fix. Be sure to make him wait his turn. Next, we'll be tying his shoes for him. Lock shipment won't open. Contents are confidential. Urgent.
Andrew, I actually, like, remembered my dream the other night, but then I immediately forgot it. But I remember remembering my dream.
I've been having crazy fever dreams since I've been sick. I had some really nutso ones the other night. Why don't you tell me about yours?
I don't remember.
Oh.
I'm just telling you because I haven't, like, dreamt at all. Or, you know, like, I literally just have not been remembering them at all. Surely I'm dreaming, but... I wake up and with absolutely no recollection of anything. But yesterday I did, like, I remember waking up and being like, I had a dream and I remember what the dream is, but I am very quickly losing it. But I did remember when I woke up, so that's something.
Oh, fuck.
But I don't ask me what it was about. I have no idea. I couldn't even tell you a topic, like a single thing. Why this happens, I do not know.
Wait, I can't jump over this thing? They're all throwing shit at me. Oh my god.
Run!
Allora, hai paura?
What?
Is he trying to take that painting down?
I'm locked in combat? The hell I'm not.
Sei lì, ti vedo. Fallo a pezzi,
Oh, I saw you.
You almost had it.
You guys are fighting against a boxing ring champion. Well, how many are there? What the hell?
Jesus, you're gonna put the entire damn city at this rate.
Stop throwing shit at me.
Look at your pals. You wanna be like them? Fine.
Niente ma. Non mi scappi.
More?
You see a pile of
Oh
like
my
unconscious
God.
body. You see an entire pile of unconscious bodies next to a man with a club. What do? Run away? Or continue walking towards the man with the club?
Can I hide it out?
Fallo secco.
I can't change disguises. How many of them are there down there? With the music's quieting down.
There's a whole drama going on downstairs.
I know. How you doing, pal?
Mhm.
He'd be like, how's it going?
Ha beccato uno dei nostri. Soldato a terra.
Those captains are such an issue.
Just kick their ass.
Maybe I can like
Are you
run
still
past
watching
them and hide.
combat?
Yeah. See the little symbol in the lower left corner?
Yeah.
Ne vuoi ancora? Camerata a terra.
Oh my god.
Buone carne.
Do you want some? Oh, that's the priest.
It's a fucking massacre in here, father.
They don't seem to care.
Oh look, okay, I could change costumes though.
This works.
Okay, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here.
Do not go in there.
Do not go in there.
I'm serious, do not go in there. Oh wait, is there... Okay, yeah, I think there's a whole area locked into like probably some other part. So let's help out Gina.
Yeah, it looks like there's like a courtyard or something.
Yeah, there's a locked door
Beyond
over
that.
here that I can't get to.
Gotcha.
I don't like going this way. There's always a captain over here. Oh, there he is, the bastard. Just can't let him see me. Don't look at me. Don't fucking look at me. Don't mind me, I'm just reading as I'm running. Hello, Gina.
Long time no see.
We just met.
It's like a mix between National Treasure
Good
and
information you
Da Vinci Code.
the Da Vinci Code.
Potentially you done your cut, mommy.
I'm listening.
My
Dude,
dad's been
Indy's
contacting me
eyes
now.
right now are like
I asked
were
you to see
really
if the Vatican
intense.
has information on you and your college.
He does kind of have intense eyes.
I'm to meet her in the museum. Something must have happened because the museum now is locked down.
So what are we waiting for? Who is this contact of yours?
I met Juliana when I was a correspondent during the Abyssinian War, before she found her place in the Vatican system.
Greetings, Father.
Is she a real nun?
No, she's a journalist.
If she really looked like that, she should tuck her hair in and not put any makeup on. If she really wants to go under in disguise.
Hmm.
So you are the American priest that Padre Ventura was talking about. I love America. Please, come to confess me.
Not a good time.
Come with me, I need a confession. Please have a seat.
The hell?
You're forgiven.
Father, wait, I didn't confess
Hurry, let's get this over with.
Father, forgive me because I've sinned.
I did this to her,
I
girl.
had an affair with my mother-in-law and...
It's all right. Just say 3 Hail Marys.
No, Father, you don't understand.
You fear with your mother-in-law?
My wife is expecting a child and I fear that...
What?
Yeah. Let me finish, please. I fear that my mother-in-law is with the child also.
Jesus Christ, what have you done?
Wait. You are not a priest.
Oh!
Sorry, pal.
He's leaving this whole area littered with bodies.
Yeah.
It's absolutely nuts.
All right. Where'd that lady go?
If this happened in real life, there was freaking bodies all over the Vatican like that. Like, this would not fly.
No, it would not. Be like, someone around here is killing many people. Wait. So I need to go through there. Frankly, I'm just gonna put on a disguise.
Yeah, this will do.
Yep. Coming through. Wait, what does that say? Bandage. Oh, I should take another bandage then. Yep, see you later. Just coming through. Alright. Where does this lady want me to go? Oh, look, it's through that place that I was just at. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Where I got caught.
Did he just yawn while ziplining?
No, that was, I think, a guard somewhere.
Oh, okay.
That's funny, though. This sure is boring. Yep, so this is unlocked now.
Stinger. This lead better be worth it.
So the last giant thing and her thing are in the same place. So that should take care of everything that's in this area. Oh.
You.
She was right. The museum is in lockdown. Need to find a way inside.
Item limit reached. Now my mage is holding a hairbrush.
Is that a hairbrush? It looks like a toilet brush.
Tara, the amount of aggression in that statement really threw me off.
Oh, sorry. It just...
It's okay.
All these, like, scrubby brushies looking ass, they all look just horribly overused. Oh. It's like a magic trick you just did there.
Thank you. Oh, I was just... He's asleep.
Wanna see me open this box without touching it? Picks up a frying pan, bangs it open.
Calendar page.
Didn't touch it.
Shipment arrived. Shipment arrived on the 20th.
There's a note on October 20th.
Secret delivery letter. Your eyes only. Code key is dice. Someone's written a note at the bottom. The code must be wrong. Shipment arrived on a Wednesday. Should be 4718. No luck. Get engineer to look into it. So they think it's 4718. Alright, so there's...
A shipment notice. Some kind of code on
Oh,
it.
what's this? Oh, okay. Alright, so I think we have all the clues.
A lookup table for breaking the code.
Alright, so we should have all the clues now. Alright. So, the secret delivery letter says... A calendar, so that's the 20th. The guy thinks it should be dice. So he circled D-I... So 4718 is dice. And it's March... How does this work? Are circled in the column for Wednesday. Oh, lunes, martes, miércoles, viernes. What is Geo? Whatever. So it's Wednesday, but we also know... Someone keeps sneezing. Shut the hell up. But we also know that it came Wednesday, October 20th. Is there another piece of the code that I'm missing? Should I take this fly swatter and just knock this guy out? No. Not gonna bother doing that.
I'm sure.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Alright. Are you picking up on this, Mr. Terra Girly? So he thinks that...
Mm-hmm.
It arrived on the 20th, but why did he circle those 4 numbers? 4718. Oh, they're saying that the code key is dice. So that's the key. So dice is correct, but maybe the date is not correct. I feel like we're missing one of the notes here. We're clearly missing it, and I think it's still in that courtyard. Oh yeah, because we couldn't pick it up. It was part of a calendar. Alright. So... Alright. So they circled the 20th. I like how that black should just go, hey, what's up, dude? Alright, let's go inspect that original shipment page, because I think somewhere someone had the date wrong. The key is correct, it's the other thing that's incorrect. Alright, let's take a look at this.
Okay.
Alright. Geo, most likely Centurion DeLuca decoded the key for the wrong day. Easy fix, but you should make him wait his turn, or next will be tying his shoes for him. Ah, see, they had... Shipment report is October 21st. Which is Thursday. I'm getting winded. Ugh. Alright. So now that we know that the thing was on Thursday, let's look up the code lookup table. So it should be 8546. Let's try it. No? about to look this up. It's for Friday? I don't understand that. So the code is 66380. I don't know where I messed up there.
Bingo.
A handy guide to locations and medicine bottles in the Vatican. Ooh, nice. And a mystery note. Dear son, my sincerest congratulations on your promotion. It was not easy to get you that posting, but your Uncle Mario has come through in the end. Now, I would like you to do me a favor and deliver a gift to Il Duce during his visit to the Vatican. Inside this package are bottles of the finest grappa from your grandfather's vineyard. Mussolini, our great icon of health and virility, does not drink, of course. However, I hear that he is bringing with him an honored guest, who I'm sure would find this a fitting souvenir of his visit to Italy. Do not forget to ensure that the gift is presented on my behalf. A favor is repaid with a favor, son. Giovanni De Luca. P.S. I enclosed some leisure money for you in the crate. Spend it wisely.
This letter is from high up the food chain.
I think he was packing wine for Hitler.
Buona giornata.
Oh, it's the final giant code.
This way. Get
Huh?
I was just thinking, maybe this is too scary for an archaeologist.
I think I can handle it.
All right, tough guy. We have to find the stockroom. That's where I was supposed to go to Rihanna.
Locked.
Oh, but she's a lockpicker.
Let me get this open.
When they start teaching lockpicking in journalism school.
Oh, yes.
What the hell? That's literally a quote from fucking Dead Rising 2. Like, literally a direct... That's gotta be a reference. Maybe someone who developed this game was a fan of Dead Rising 2.
This could get violent.
I'm ready.
A parte quel testardo d'un prete che ho dovuto mandare via, niente di straordinario.
Per quanto tempo dobbiamo tenere chiuso il museo?
Beh, prima mandano qualcuno a fare una perquisizione approfondita. Il vostro compito è semplice. Fate in modo che nessuno entri senza permesso.
D'accordo.
I'll take care of that guy.
Ehi, laggiù, chi va là?
Good
You
lord.
fight well for an archaeologist.
I really like to go hands-on when I work. Roman, obviously.
So what's it like to be an archaeologist?
Well, you get to travel a lot. Sometimes bad people try to kill you. What's it like being a reporter?
Pretty much the same.
This guy's just sleeping. He's not doing anything wrong. But why let that stop me? Oh my god. I knocked that guy so hard he collapsed through his chair.
This is the stop.
All right, let's see if we can find her contact.
I hope nothing's happened to her. Looks like
Bloody handprint, but could be anyone's.
What's this? Gina's note. Jelana, I want you to investigate something. There's a strange American professor here looking for his lost cat, Mommy. He tells me that he's from Marshall College in Connecticut. Maybe you could check with their contact in the Vatican Secret Agency. Gina.
that's the note I gave her.
Wonder what made her drop it.
It's not like Juliana. She always pays attention to details.
What do we have here? Juliana's identification card.
What if there was a fight and she dropped it?
Or maybe she put it here for you to find.
That sounds like something Juliana would do. Wait, we haven't looked at this room yet.
Just checking.
There has to be something that can tell us what happened to Juliana. A piece of cloth from a fascist uniform.
Might have been a fight.
Let's look around some more. There's a photo of you here.
Photo of me?
Yes. Look.
Taken during the infiltration of the Castello. Uh-oh.
Why would there be a photo of me in the Vatican?
A secret admirer, perhaps.
Let's keep looking for clues in the next room.
Okay, just give me a moment. I suspect Juliana was arrested and she resisted. You think she's hurt?
We don't have any proof of that. Don't assume the worst.
I think Juliana found out that the Vatican is interested in you for some reason.
Guess I'm just an interesting guy.
That must be it. Footprints. From the spacing, I think they were running.
You know tracking.
We used to hunt white boar in the forest where I grew up.
Wow, she's just like you for real, Tara.
Mm.
Juliana.
Let's not jump to conclusions. Just figure out what happened.
Look, it glitters.
Look, it glitters.
That's Juliana's ring.
Dov'è la sua assassina? È rinchiusa nella torre dei Borgia.
Hanno capito perché ha ucciso Ridolfo?
Sospetto che l'abbia vista fare qualche cosa di proibito. Comunque, l'anziano ha i suoi metodi per far parlare la gente.
Well, that's the guy I gave a confession to, isn't it?
Yeah, he keeps running off.
Non ci riguarda, Ventura vuole un'ispezione completa della situazione.
Alright, after this mission, or we reach whatever point we are in this mission, we'll probably save and quit for the night. We'll probably finish off the Vatican next time. A safe? But how?
Dov'è finito il pennello?
Someone's looking for a paintbrush. I should find one for her.
Dov'è finito il pennello?
Buongiorno, soldato.
La terra si lavora con lei.
Where's this poor lady's paintbrush? I fear it is lost. Alright, well.
Taking care of all God's creation.
Cool. Alright, well. I think that is where we end this for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm enjoying this game a lot. Like, I don't want to stop playing, but I also have to wake up early to get my blood taken tomorrow, so. Ay, ay, ay.